Good morning to everyone. We are from Team 4. I'm Shanti Kumari. Um, Today I'm introducing our team members. She is Kirti, Ashita, and Harshini, Maheshwari, Ayyappa, Raghava, Hemant, Naveen, Sandeep, and Sai Pavan. Our topic is do do destroy our creativity. Do deadlines destroy our creativity? Um, Now coming to this topic, for example, if we have enough time, we have to do any work in sufficient manner. Otherwise, we can perform that work in very fastly, so that we can't put our creativity in that time. For example, if we take one example, uh, for example, uh, if you want to re reconstruct or experimenting or reconstruct the computer devices, then especially in that time, we have to initialize a ram and motherboard and everything. At that particular time, we have enough time, we can put our creativity, everything. We can replace ram in that place, and motherboard in that place, and cpu, all the reconstructing we can do in better way. But if we have a very small duration of time, then that particular duration we can't put our creativity, and we can't do that work in a sufficient manner.
Yeah, Shanti. In the same way, in our BTech class, we are seeing that exam is our deadline. When we prepare, as we know in BTech, we will all prepare before one day in exams. So when we are preparing, we are thinking that uh, another 2 more days means I can prepare very well and I can think about it and I can gain some knowledge. But because of the deadline exam, we are thinking that we are by harding it and we are not putting our all knowledge in it. So it is destroying the creativity.
Yeah, yeah, as you said, eh, for a particular task, everybody has a deadline. Before deadline, we have so much of time. At that time only, we have to gain knowledge on the task. We have to research on it, and we have to gain some knowledge and tips also we can acquire from it. So we can use the time, that sufficient time also enough, but we are not using it uh, properly. If we have deadline also, we can use it in a proper way. As in my point of view, I'm saying it.
As Astra has said, time is very important to create a creativity. For creativity skills, we have to use time in a certain way. As an example, as Harshini said, I agree with that. We are beheading our studies, and we are losing our creativity levels while we are beheading before one day exam. And creativity levels are very important for every individual, as they are skilled in very in proper way in their own creativities. And
Coming to the creativity, deadlines means lack of time. Means in our software we have coming to the deadline, we cannot establish our creativity certain projects for to do for creativity. We have to gain some knowledge. For that we have to get some time. So for a perfect output, we should assign some time. That's the conclusion.
Yes,
yes,
I do agree with that. A work may take a work which takes 1 week may take a month when there is a deadline of 1 month. So, uh, tight, tight deadlines may lead to destruction of creativity, and loose deadlines also may lead to analysis paralysis in some cases. So, it depends up to me, up to us.
as deadlines destroy our creativity needs a particular time. It is impossible to Okay, some ideas on particular time. Nowadays, people are looking for uh, short time of period to complete their tasks, and
Deadlines is also enhancing feature that user may do the work faster and efficient, and it saves times as it has a deadline for, and deadline makes the user to do tasks in a particular time, and it establishes time management, and it also creates some awareness to do particular work in a time.
Yes, I what you said is always correct, but in another way, if we have taken the deadline time, then we want to do the work in the deadline without any creative thinking and without any knowledgeful doing of the work. And we we only do that work to submit at that time. And if we didn't have any deadlines, or if we have some more time to do that work, or there is a less deadlines, and then we can make that work creatively, and we can think on it, and we can work on it in perfect manner. And I think if that work will be done in that way, then it's very useful and purposeful for us.
As deadlines kill our creativity, as we have less deadlines, we will be under more pressure and unable to with creativity.
Deadlines depends mainly used for the students. Students are the
Yeah.
students are the projects are the one day one.
Yes, exactly. Deadlines or destroys our creativity. Even though we have to aware of what we have to do that work in a particular duration. So we can see in competitive exams also there is a particular duration. So that we have to aware of that time management and time duration to do that work in a particular time. So I can say deadlines will destroy our creativity. So this
okay.
I conclude this
Thank
deadlines
you.
will destroy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Lakshmi, and today we have gathered here to integrate on the topic known as blended learning. So, basically, blended learning is also known as hybrid learning. So, it is a combination of e-learning platform and traditional learning, which enhances the students to integrate more on the subjects and integrate on the topics which they are in more of. And blended learning is firstly introduced by a scientist known as and blended learning is mostly involved in a path where students directly can integrate and integrate with the students and the teachers to discuss about the topics and to clear their doubts. It basically involves more creativity and interactivity among the students. Also, I mostly feel like blended learning is one of such the fantastic idea one can really enhance, and it improves the students to build the new technology and improve their idea. So, what's your view?
As much as I like to agree with you that blended learning cannot be possible for all. While we are coming into the classroom, we can all sit and we can all enjoy the learning. But while it comes to the e-learning, not everyone has the same tools in their computers. Not everyone has the access to the internet. There are few places there is no internet access and there is a poor signal. So I think it's one of the disadvantages while talking about the blended learning.
Yes, I also agree to your points. And by e-learning, the teacher and the student relationship is decreasing, and also the manner and the behavior with friends is also decreases uh, because they are in homes and they are used to their parents and they are talking means they are talking to parents in one way and that will not behave same with themselves.
And coming to the advantages of the blended learning is, and it will helpful for many people and which are from rural areas and they cannot come to the college every day, and whenever floods or severe actions are happened, they cannot come to the college, and meanwhile the e-learning will be helpful for them, and
Exactly. I agree with this point. In my point of view, every student they improve their creativity, capability, and way of thinking. Not everyone has the same idea. While seeing it as known, they can change their idea.
Blended learning has both pros and cons. So coming to the pros, I mostly feel like it has more advantages more than the disadvantages. Not everybody can, as one of my teammates told, not everybody can come to the college or school. They can attend to the classes, and not everybody can be more accessible to the classes. Right? So instead of that, they can sit at home and they can listen to the classes and they can be more interactive. And it's as I said before, it's a face-to-face interaction, so it can be more beneficiary when coming to the interaction and to develop the creativity and enhance it.
As much as I like to agree with you, but how many students are just sitting in front of that e-learning and really listening to the classes? Because a study conducted in a four university is saying that all the students just listen to the video lectures just in a one sitting. There is no like live interactions. All this recording is gone to them, and they are just listening all that in one sitting, and it might create an educational gap between them and the other students. So that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I agree. But and also they are cannot ask doubts, and they are and they don't want they don't want to explain their doubts or
Yes, as you guys are saying, it has both cons and pros, but by maintaining the advantages, it has more advantage. While we are sitting in classroom, our teachers can explain by telling the board by writing, but they can visualize it. I'm not sure what is the method and what are the operations in it. But by doing the e-learning, we can happen it in online. Yes, there is an internet problem somewhat, but that is a minimized in the upgrading society. It has both internet and everyone is daily using computers as their educational purpose and somewhat. So I think blended learning is very helpful and it is very useful to everyone.
And coming to the blended learning, the teacher should play a major role because the students should play in proper way and the teachers should always check whether the students are joining or not, and they should give the importance to the attendance and as well as they should track the daily activities
by tracking the daily activities, the teachers can know that the student is performing well, and and it may lead to the pressure in the teachers as well as, and they should take some preventions and implementations before the pandemic so that the teachers cannot feel pressure. And I think it is the major con of the blended learning.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, by testing, we have to check the student abilities while they are listening or not, they are putting focus or not. By testing them or giving assignments daily to check whether they are performing well in it or not, or they have to upgrade or mistakes that have been learning while listening to e-learning and somewhat.
So as we have so far discussed about the pros of blended learning, so now let me just mention few points about the cons in which it has it. So if we discuss about the cons, maybe it would be okay for face-to-face interaction when coming to the blended learning. But what I really wanted to mention is to learn something or to gain a good knowledge about something, we need to technically use that machine, or we need to go and interact with that machine directly without any computerized technique. But we need that physical connection with any machine to understand its process, its function, whatever it might be. So I feel like maybe if it's possible for one to go and interact with the technology or for with the machines or the systems, one has to really go and approach them and approach that machine, and we need to look forward about its function, because it's okay to some extent, it's okay to interact in the computer, but we need to learn more, to have a good grip about the knowledge, to have a good about the subject. We need to integrate.
Of course, but e-learning is the only platform for only theoretical and but we learn only theory, but it didn't help in any practical education practices. So our traditional education system is very well, and it need help, and many practical knowledge we will get.
London learning is not helpful for more people because of some of the people are listening in online classes. That is not comfortable to all people. That's why blended learning is not helpful for everyone.
Yes, the blended learning is used only for the basic part. And if we go directly and make a process on the direct machine, it may have some mistakes and the machine has to be destroyed. But while in blended learning, e-learning, we have to uncomputerize it and visualize it in the computer, and we can understand it well. Then we have to go and do the practical works. Then it will be more efficient and more accurate the results are.
So as we have discussed so far, so blended learning, it should be more theoretically and practically. We need to satisfy both the conditions. So if one individual is okay with by traveling to the college or to school to observe the machines and the systems process, he need to go and check it out what's the really function it's happening there. So if you are not okay with the distance or we have some other issues, so we can just simply sit in the home and we can go through with the e-learning. But we also sometimes we need to follow the traditional learning to be more quick, and we should have the good knowledge. We should possess the good knowledge to crack any exam or to get a good score. So basically, it has both pros and cons. On a part of this conclusion, I just want to say that each and everything has both disadvantages and advantages, but it only depends upon the way we utilize technology and way we implement the ideas. So we need to be more creative and productive.
Blended learning is not understanding to everyone. That is more
Good morning, one and all. We are from Team C, Team 4, and we are here to introduce about the topic pen is mightier than sword, and we all know the meaning of the word, that sentence, and it's just universal truth that pen is mightier than sword, because we have seen that so much movements or so much words are conveyed with the swords, but they are only change the mind. They do not change the mindset. They only work with the fear, and the word which is pen is mightier than sword is truly belongs to the people and the mindsets of the people. And if we change one some people's, it's not work with the sword, because it's only connected with the fear. And then if we change the people with the pens means if we write some words or sentences, and if we write some stories, and if we write some books and these like situations, and because of these so many people can change their mindsets and can change their thinking ability, and they can change the way of thinking.
Yeah, exactly what you said is correct. A pen is a pen teaches student that mistakes are opportunity for learning. If we use a pen to write, it empowers our knowledge and also it gives us creativity while we are writing. Without a pen we can't think also. And if we want to write a story without a pen, how we can write a story? That so if we have a pen, uh, we keep thinking and we can start writing something. Like that we can get creativity thinking also.
Yes, Ashriya, pen to change the world to change the world and to run the world with a positive mindset. Pen is good by taking by using swords in the wars. It will take the negative results. By using pens, we can change the human minds with positive things.
Yes, Ashini, I agree with your statement. Pen is mightier than sword. This is the universal statement. Everybody is said one teacher and one pen can change the world. So that exactly in we can go through the history. There are so many wars are happened, like World War One, World War Two, etc. Every weapon is affected human beings, but one pen can't affect the human beings, and one pen have a lot of power. One pen can exactly change the world. One pen can have a lot of strengths and powers.
Yes. Tennis mightier than a sword is a English proverb which doesn't understand easily by reading the text. It has a deeper meaning that pen can solve many problems without any violence, and it leads to get set of rules which is followed by all without any violence. And we all know the consciency which is written by a pen, and those which is written in the constitution is followed by all people in the country, and it maintains good it maintains good relation, and it also maintain peace in the country. And if we use sport, it is a simple way, but it harms and it has bad impact.
Yes, Ayappa, as you said, put handling a sword on one side and handling a pen on another side. If you pick up one thing, we have to pick pen only, because pen can change a world. Because writing on a book, has our leaders said, like Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Ambedkar, uh, though, by putting a war or handling a sword for our leaders for fighting. we have to use the pen and we have to be very strong for that. Pen has a very so much power to gain knowledge, and by handling the sword in our hands, it is the leads to a negative impact in our society, and it leads to the war and leads to the life or death life of many people, which harm the society. And in my opinion,
In some conditions, a pen is a mightier than sword, but in older days, a sword can solve many problems. Coming to these days, now pen is replaced by the sword. The statement can change the people mindset. Uh, in the situation, we are replacing the pen instead of sword. A sword can kill many people, but physically, but a pen can change the many people mindsets also. So, coming to the situation, we have to handle both.
Yes, I do agree with that. Written works may last for centuries to influence the younger generations and to lead them in a right way. Whereas, on the other hand, uh, violence takes off many lives and leads in a wrong way. So, pen is always mightier than sword, in my opinion.
Pen is impactful in the minds of people, and it can build confidence in the people, and it can move the people. But a sword can only kill the people, and so due to this reason, pen is made to the sword.
The pen is it's made to the sword is used by the used used for the power of the work. For example, the Mahatma Gandhi struggled the freedom fighter. The pen, the pen is used the world words.
Yes, pen is considered in this word, and the lifetime of pen is very long compared to the sword. The lifetime of the power of sword is very short time. Uh, Writing is more efficient than the sword, and we can change the world.
Yeah, from this we can conclude that by using pen, if we use pen, it will be useful for the lifetime. If we use sword, it will be harmful for the lifetime. Thank you.
Thank
Good morning, everyone. We are gathered here to discuss about the is group discussion necessary for hiring. And coming to the point of my point of view, that group discussion is a must thing to filter out the unnecessary people, and it may involve some major actions like creative thinking and communication skills among the people. And coming to the corporate sectors, they really choose the persons who have collaborative skills, and they can filter from the group discussion. And by doing the group discussion, they can know the who is capable of doing the work, and it is important in the job also, they have assigned some project to a certain group, and the group should be divided some actions to the particular persons and other persons. They individually do the actions and they should be collaborative in coming to the completion of the project. And I think that group discussion should involve in the hiring process and it plays a major role in it. And can I know the point of view of yours?
I can agree with this point. In my point of view, whether the person is happy by doing the group discussion to check whether the person is happy for the job or not. And the list of skills are there, check like communication skill to communicate the project or not to communicate with others. And they have body language and so many skills are checked.
As much as I like to agree with you, but GD is not it's mandatory, not compulsory because someone who is as much as I like to agree with you, GD is not compulsory. It is just a mandate because someone who is a very shy and very introvert person and who cannot be performed well in the GD but has a very great knowledge on technical all around. So I think it should be mandatory, not compulsory. So it's the difference between the mandatory and compulsory. So I think it should be just mandatory. It should be one of the process of hiring jobs or anything.
And also GD is very important and it also increases confidence level and it also shows how confident a person is and how efficient and how he can influence the people and
Yes, the group discussion is very essential. Today, the jobs are so mandatory. There are so much people who are waiting to get the job. But in group discussion, everyone will get the chance to show their creativity and also to show their team gathering capacity and everything. So the hirer can also can simply purify who will be enough for their job and who are not enough for their job by just seeing their communication skills and their creativity skills.
Group discussion is a must-and-should process each and every candidate should go through while to get recruited in any company. The recruiters mostly conduct the group discussion to check whether the candidate is best eligible for in communication skills, in leadership skills, in any problem solving skills. So I feel like group discussion is must-and-should process, and to get hired in any company by group discussion. So we have some do's and don'ts. So first, let me discuss about the don'ts to do when to hire at any or to crack any group discussion. So the rules were we shouldn't overspeak. First of all, we shouldn't overspeak, and we should take the initiation. And while we are introducing ourselves to anybody in the group discussion, we should be more confident and we should be concise. And we shouldn't overspeak as I mentioned very before. And group discussion is must shouldn't be like a debate. It's a normal group discussion where each individual is mentioning their ideas. So it must should be like a debate where I agree with your statement. That's not like that because group discussion is only thing where each individual mentioning their ideas. They are coming with a good creativity to solve any problem, technically or something practical. And nice and confident, and we should be more creative to keep up the points in the
Yes, I agree. I got group discussion is very important for everyone. And company also decided that person will confident, the content he is telling or not. He is build up the communication skills and
communication skills is a very important thing that every needs the communication skills. In GD, it is very
Yes, GD is
Group discussion is mandatory because is a one of the tests we check our ability with how to relate with the others and how to share with our thoughts and how to agree disagree with the other thoughts and how to explore the many ideas to each other and how to the way of satisfying the all group mates in GD.
and also GD increases listening skills and we have to listen once talk and we have to speak out and it increases listening skills and reduces misunderstanding.
SGD is very important in crucial elimination round.
So the candidate should be a part of after the technical rounds.
By GD, we can select the people who are more active and who are think leadership qualities, and we can select that type of personality. We can select that type of personality that have leadership qualities and all.
Yes, the group discussion is very helpful to everyone, even the hirer and also the participant who are. So I am concluding that it has more advantages than the disadvantages. The GD must be in the hiring process. Thank you.
Please.